Hi, I'm Colin. This is Dead Dodge Garage. This time, we're finally going to watch the conclusion to my Plymouth in a Plymouth trip. It's pretty cool. We made it to Plymouth in our Plymouth. Now it's Sunday at the Cars and Coffee, and I think we're actually early for once, which is quite strange. Alright, time to go home. 3,500 plus miles from this spot, and we have a week to do it. I want to try and get like 300 miles tonight. We'll see how that goes. I don't know whose idea it was to put a liquor and wine outlet on a travel plaza / rest area on a highway. Thanks, Eisenhower. We are in New Hampshire. It is a beautiful sunny day. And we're going to start driving, and we are going to go to Niagara Falls. It's like 450 miles away. Tomorrow, we're going to stop by another friend's house, a friend's storage unit where he works on cars. We'll see his cars and maybe even do a little bit of work on the Fury, because there is one thing that's been bothering me. That is slop in the steering wheel, specifically slop in the junction box where the column hooks to the steering box. I think Kale has the parts that need to fix it, so we're going to stop by his place. We're going to see him tomorrow night, but Kale's not off work until like 7 tomorrow, so tomorrow will be a nice easy day. Today we want to get as fast as we can. Also, we met a very nice guy who is also named Henry, and he was very generous and contributed to our trip fund. He came up to me and was asking me about the car and asking about the trip, and I told him about it. I even left out the part about the transmission. I didn't even mention that. I just told him where we'd been and where we were going, and when we went inside the rest area here, he asked if I would be offended if he contributed to our trip fund, and I said, absolutely not. Budget's getting a little thin at this point. We've been on the road for a couple weeks, and anything helps. And I told him I had one condition, and that was that he had to tell me his name, because I've had other people help me out, and I never got their names. Luckily, his is easy to remember, so thank you, Henry, at the New Hampshire rest area, whatever this is called. It's greatly appreciated, and it will definitely help us get home. We're almost done packing up the car, getting ready to go, but not quite. I'm gonna let it warm up and double check the oil before we hit the road, since we did do a fair few miles yesterday. One of Mom's goals on this trip is to see a moose.
Every trip.
Well, every trip, yeah, but I mean, this is a good trip for it. We're cruising through, we're at all twos right now. Hold on, we're at 22222. Gotta get a picture of that. Okay, anyway. Mom wants to see a moose. We're currently cruising Highway 9 and also, I think, 202 or 220. It's one of them, don't worry about it. Anyway, Highway 9 through rural New Hampshire. And it's also going to take us into Vermont, which is my second to last state to visit. And we just passed a sign back there that said moose crossing next 10 miles. So we have a very real possibility of seeing a moose on this trip. Want to go park on that one?
I think you can go park next to it.
I want to park on it.
Well, I don't think you can do that because you can't get on it.
Where's the sign? That's the tiniest sign. Is that the best you have, Vermont? Oh. Well, we're in Vermont. This is the 47th state I've been to. Only one left for me to visit is Michigan on the way home. We're pretty much just getting 17 miles a gallon. Not quite as good as I hoped for, but good enough to get home on. We're going to go back and look at the bridge, the old bridge that connected New Hampshire to Vermont. And then we'll keep going through Vermont and on to New York. Ah, look who decided to show up. Hey, Hotdog. Do you want to stand in 2 states at the same time? Yeah, this is the Connecticut River. Look how beautiful that is. Look, this dividing line right here. You're on the New Hampshire side. I'm on the Vermont side.
I'm on the Vermont side now.
Yeah. Now check this out.
What?
Put 1 foot on either side of that line. No, this one right here.
I'm in 2 states at at the same time.
Yep. We have entered into New York,
River Valley Day.
and I just barely missed the sign. I didn't realize it was going to happen so soon. But hey, New York, upstate New York. Look how green that
Hudson
is.
Valley.
We've already gone over 550 miles since leaving Cadillac Mountain. We got some fuel. Our fuel economy at this point is pretty solidly around 17 miles a gallon, although this one was like 16.8. Not horrible, not as good as I wanted, but that's okay. Yay, more bridges! Welcome to City of Niagara Falls. I think that's Canada in the distance, boys.
You don't see that every day. That really ain't one.
No, you do not, son. You do not see that every day.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible, huh?
Because you don't see that every day.
Thought it'd be what? Higher?
Yeah.
You want more? That's pretty good.
This is good. I'm fine with this.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
I don't know. I think this site is pretty awesome.
I think so too.
Hey, Dad, guess what?
Well, bud.
I'm going to go drink that water.
Oh, boy.
No.
And on that note,
Yeah, yeah.
Must be rocks there too. Look at it. Did someone jump out?
nice day for a swim.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Your fish.
Yep. Made it to New York. Well, we've been here all day. Anyway, cool. Well, it's raining in New York today, and probably a lot of the other places we're going to. We're going down to Ohio to go see my friend Kale of Cam Racing, and we're gonna try and fix our slop in the steering wheel that's happening in the coupler. And we're gonna have some pizza. But that's some hours. Chill. But that's some hours from now. We gotta drive through the wet to get there. Yeah, that's just gonna be our day. Wetness, as far as the map can see. As we have been getting the last several tanks, we got 17 miles a gallon. I guess that's just what we get now, so that's fine. We're gonna go somewhere toward Ohio and find more gas a few hours up the road. Welcome to Ohio! Well, found Hotdog Park. It just happens to be by the shores of Lake Erie. If you've never seen one of these Great Lakes before, they're pretty big. No wonder they're called Great Lakes. A little breezy. Pretty much perfect, actually. Henry and I were getting hot in the car. Mom's taking a little nap, I think. I found a nice spot to sit down and just enjoy the view for a bit. What's up, bub?
You forgot someone.
Oh, you're right. We got to get a picture of John Cena with Lake Erie.
How about it's like Fury?
What?
How about it's like Fury?
We're going to rename it Lake Fury?
Uh-huh.
I like it.
Have you taken the picture?
You want to pose with him real quick? Why? Don't punch John Cena. No!
He's dead.
Aw. That one might not have skipped as much. Oh, look at that guy.
Oh, I skipped it. I skipped it, Dad.
Watch this.
Oh, my God.
Pretty far. Lake Erie's pretty cool. I've been here before, but, you know, Mom hasn't. She decided not to trek over to the water and just appreciate the view from the car. Henry's never been here before, of course. He's having a good time. You know, compared to our home prices, $375 is not bad. But compared to what we've been paying, it's a little high, to the tune of like 60 cents. weather seems to have caught up with us. It just started pouring on us again. There's a little rumblies, a little bit of lightning. It still looks better up the road, so we're gonna get back on the highway and hopefully not drown. We stopped for fuel and we got our highest tank in some time. We got 17.5 miles a gallon. Is that more thunder?
Probably.
We gotta get out of here, boys.
Yep.
Oh boy. We're doomed.
Never been in a tornado.
I've never been in a tornado before. Yeah, me neither. Not sure I want to start now.
No, I don't want to.
There's a tornado coming. Get your jacket on.
Well,
I didn't hear it for that one, but I did the first time.
I have been close to tornadoes a couple of times.
Well, we're in Ohio, and we finally made it to Plymouth. Oh man, who knew it was so close this whole time? Well, all the rain went away, and now it's a very nice sunny day again. Maybe too nice. I thought I had something else to say. Now I don't know what it was. Terrible. Oh, it's windy. That's what I was gonna say. It's nice out, but it's a little windy. I don't think it's that windy. Maybe. Yeehaw! Well, we're in the right place, but all I found so far is a squirrel.
Yeah.
No turquoise square body Chevy trucks or Chargers hiding in storage units or something of that nature.
Yeah, we're not supposed to know that.
Man, look at that beauty. The best part about it is, maybe you guys won't like that part. Oh, the bucket seats, that's the best part. Yep. Actually, personally, it's the stripes.
What are you doing on the snitch on him, bro?
I'm not snitching on him. I'm just showing off his fine automobile.
I see some of the cats that are running around here.
Yep. We're in the Midwest.
And it's
I
like
never
storage
leave you
phase
with
where I got stuff just kind of piled here, but
That's okay. It's still a Charger.
at least you can get the body line on the side, coolest body line ever. So
Yeah, it's all about this right here.
yeah,
You know what? Just spray them. Just spray them in my hand. Just grease on my hand anyway.
hope you don't have any cuts under there.
Nope, not really.
If you do, you'll find out.
Hotdog found some wood to hammer on.
He's doing important stuff.
I found a duster to look at with the wrong engine. Or it's the right engine. And we found a 70 Charger steering column to rob some pieces off of to fix my floppy steering wheel.
Well, that's the plan at least.
Probably fix my floppy steering wheel. This is how floppy the wheel is. And with a brand new steering box, I don't really want a floppy wheel. So I'm going to put those little Charger pieces in there, and hopefully it's less floppy. It's just that easy to ruin a car that you drove here in one piece.
Wait.
What? No, it's not ruined. It's a joke. Yeah, let's figure out what... Oh, where'd the greasy rag go? Nailed it. Okay. The clip is... Oh, yeah. It's missing
Oh, that'll do it.
It's missing a tooth? A leg? An arm?
That's something.
A something. Well,
Okay.
we've got a nice clip right there, and if we can manage to reinstall it not broken, then I think we'll be in good shape.
This one made it 50 years unbroken.
Maybe it'll go another 50. We did all the exciting stuff off camera, but we used the pieces from his Charger steering coupler, put them on there. We did have to take my coupler all the way off, drop the steering column, get it all together, and now it's a lot less sloppy. That is not slop. That's actually turning the wheels, and it feels nice and solid. So hopefully that'll be less terrifying going down the road. It wasn't too bad before, but I like that a lot better. I think I just need to put a bolt in, put the tack on and the trim, and reload all this,
Have you
and we can get out of here.
plugged in the brake light?
Did I plug in the brake lights? Absolutely not. No. When I dropped the steering column before leaving on the trip, I did not plug the brake light switch back in, and we drove all the way to Portland with no brake lights. But luckily, it was like, what time did we actually get to NTP's?
Well, it was sometime after dark.
Yeah, it was well after dark. It was like 2 in the morning.
Oh.
God darn it. Okay, I can't actually do this one-handed,
You
but
want me to do it?
sure.
Where's the plug down there? Oh, you got the boot on it. Ooh.
You got the boot. You gotta slide the boot down and pull out the wire, because it's not a plug. It doesn't just go on.
Two connected.
It's 2 individual wires that you have to plug and then slide the boot over.
Is that how it is from the factory, or is it?
Yeah, so that's the, I think that actually might be, oh, it's Willwood. It's a Willwood piece. And it's
The boot's a Willwood piece?
the boot, the wires, that sensor, it goes into my,
Willwood, make a connector.
seriously. It'd be really easy.
Does it matter which one goes where?
I don't think so. I think it's a pretty simple.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yep, they should be working.
Yes, sir.
So what about the what? The wiper thing? We'll get there.
I got a small flathead here.
I think this one fits. Okay, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. Now as long as I can.
Do not drop the screw down the...
Oh, down the cowl?
Down the
That
cowl.
would be hilarious.
That's a bad day.
You can even just put the Loctite down in that piece.
That is what I shall do.
That might be easier.
Loctite.
We're gonna fix our loosening wiper arm over here. I might even try to bend that one so it connects with the windshield better, because right now I'm only getting like 2/3 contact.
Does it go this way? Or this way? I'm looking at the other one. It goes this way.
No, but they're mirrored.
This
So it would go that way, yeah. You do the holding and I'll do the... Oops. Let me just stab him real quick. I should just let him do it.
Oh, okay.
Here,
Yeah,
yep.
I'll give her a whirl.
All right, I'm gonna do whatever I was doing in here. Got a couple bolts left. Steering column's back up, trim's back on. I did plug in the brake light switch. Kale put Loctite on these little wiper screws that keep coming loose. We did stuff under here. I should check the oil, but I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. So that means we're done under there. We'll take these greasy pieces and stash them somewhere in the toolbox. I might have actually had a couple of the shoes stashed somewhere. I thought I did, but I definitely did not have a clip that wasn't broken. Yeah. We're gonna button up the car, put tools in it, and then let Kale go to bed because he's got to wake up at 5:30 and it's like 11.
We very much appreciate his assistance.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, this took so long that Henry passed out cold watching his tablet. He was very energetic while we were here, and he had a good time with Kale and poking at his cars and beating on wood and trying to whack everything with his hat. Did Henry get his new hat, or did he leave it?
I gave it back to him.
Okay, Henry got his hat. I'm gonna leave you the wood. I don't think we actually need the wood.
You're welcome to leave it.
Man, this is cool. All right, Kale helped us fix the steering. It's kind of weird that it's not all floppy now. It's much tighter. And the wheel's actually basically straight, which is nice. And he got us dinner. And now it's like midnight and we're gonna drive to Michigan, which is my last state. We got about an hour from our gas stop. What's this bag? Oh, that's my Red Bulls. I've got Red Bulls. I'm not ready for Red Bulls. I'm gonna save those for tomorrow. We're gonna make some miles and see how much further we can get. And I'm gonna get used to having a not floppy steering wheel. Good morning from the rest area. I woke up very much needing to go to the bathroom, but I feel refreshed. Yay! One of my goals, I wouldn't call this a goal. One of the things on my list of things I kind of wanted to do while we're in this area of the country was go to a Waffle House for some reason. And we're almost out of Waffle House territory, so we're like right near the end of Ohio. And we found a Waffle House. We're gonna burn whatever's left of our morning, since we got a late start, on waffles. Then we'll go to Michigan and drive all day, and then some. got the best seat in the house right here. Oh, baby. I don't think that's how you're supposed to sit. Why does he have one off-roading tire?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Found it in the back window.
I'm gonna nail it to the car.
Welcome to pure Michigan. I don't know what's so pure about it.
I feel like I ought to be throwing confetti or shooting off fireworks or something to celebrate your 48th state.
Oh, 48, baby.
Congratulations.
Bless DC. Thank you, thank you. Good job, baby.
You couldn't have done it without you.
Well, we're enjoying Michigan traffic. And look, another Plymouth. If this guy with this trailer would get out of the left lane, we'd be having a good day. But it's like the 5th Plymouth, and it's off that way to the right, buddy.
Are we going there?
No, sir. We're going left. We're following US 23 north through Michigan. Currently, we're heading toward Flint. We're having a nice time cruising northbound on 23. Those guys are not having a good time cruising southbound on 23. What do you got there?
A Twix on this ice cream.
Yeah. What do you think of Michigan so far?
Nice. Even though they're like 30 cheetahs in my eyes.
Even though what?
35 cheetahs in my eyes.
My little self-tapper came loose. I noticed this last night at Kale's and I completely forgot to see about tightening it. Probably just gonna rattle out till it falls out. Maybe that's one of the rattles I hear going down the road. Sure looks like it. Could be. That's cool. Anyway, we're in somewhere in Michigan. It's kind of wet. Again. There's a Culver's over there. I really want Culver's. But I'm not hungry yet, so maybe for dinner. Yeah. We got gas, and I didn't calculate the fuel economy, but I think it's somewhere around the 17-ish we've been getting, maybe a little lower. We are almost, kinda, to the Upper Peninsula, which we want to cross over the bridge in the daylight and see a little bit of the UP before the sun gets dark. And it's only, well, it's already almost 3:30, so we're doing okay. We'll get there. Well, we started south of there, and we gone up and this way and up and up and up and up and up, and now we're right here. We're almost to the Upper Peninsula, which we're going to follow Highway 2 here along the lake. I'm hoping to make it somewhere over here in the land of cheese today, but we'll see what happens. We're going to be going over a very long bridge soon.
How long is it?
Total length of bridge is 5 miles or 26,372 feet. The length of the suspension bridge, including anchorages, is 8,614 feet. The length from Cable Bent Pier to Cable Bent Pier is 7,400 feet. The length of the main span between towers is 3,800 feet. Right on. The Mackinac Bridge. Been wanting to cross this for a long time. Finally going to. Okay, there's a cool view, but kind of chilly. Don't like that bridge. Some water over there. I assume that's the tip of a Great Lake, because we're getting pretty close to where the two touch. And of course they're doing construction on the bridge, and there's a single lane and it's all slow, so that's great. Ooh, there's gonna be a bump. Whee! And we were on the 5-mile long bridge.
Look at the great big boat out there.
Wow.
So this is Huron?
Yeah, we got Lake Huron on the right and Lake Michigan on the left. And this bridge, I
Lake
assume, is
Superior's
the
off
invisible line. Yeah, Lake Superior's somewhere. I don't know, I ain't never seen that
Like I
one.
said.
But this is pretty cool. We're going to be driving right on the edge of Lake Michigan over there. It's not as big here because this is the narrowest point of these two lakes when they come together. But when you're on the edge of it, and I'm sure we'll see this soon, but when you're on the edge of it, it looks like an ocean, which doesn't make any sense because we're landlocked.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Like they're really big lakes.
Yes, quite large. We have finished crossing the bridge and we are on Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Home of the Yoopers. What's up, buddy? You trust this place? Can I? Yes, you can. This is a very good place to be. I do not have a Mac Pass. We are getting on Highway 2 immediately and following Lake Michigan west. Or we're following a slow log truck west and we'll be stuck behind it for the rest of the day. Mackinac Bridge next right, let's do it! Gonna get us out from behind the log truck for a while. So we just turned back out onto this road and noticed two things. A, there's like a big front of dark clouds in front of us. Also the odometer's at 3,420. Nice. Anyway, super dark clouds right in front of us. That's cool. But then there was a sign that said 12 passing lanes in the next 128 miles. And there were some slow vehicles heading this way before we stopped at the Burger King. So that's going to be great. Anyway, we're going to drive this way. Ooh, a lighthouse. We're going to be on the water. We're going to get gas eventually. And eventually more after that, we'll get into Wisconsin. We are going to the land of cheese. Because that's Lake Michigan. But I assume this forest goes all the way to the other side of the UP where Lake Superior is, which unfortunately we will not get to this time. So I guess we're just gonna have to come back. This is a pump first, pay later place. Don't often see those anymore. Come on, bud. Gotta go pay. Just a little different from what I'm used to. I've been prepaying my whole driving career. We found both the sun and rain at the same time. Now it's getting dark in the Upper Peninsula. For just a minute I saw a great looking sunset over the trees. And tonight we are going to Hotel Jason on Stage Zero Garage in Wisconsin. We got about 3 hours, 45 minutes to his house, plus a gas stop. It's definitely going to be dark when we get there, but he's got facilities we can sleep in. And then in the morning, we'll go have breakfast with one of my other friends, and then we'll head west from there. And hopefully do another 600 miles tomorrow. Yeehaw! Oh, it's raining again. That's just fantastic. I found the sun again, but only barely. I can't say a lot of them. The first time
there's a lot of tongue
the first time I came to Wisconsin, every town sign I saw, Jay was like, "How do you think that one's pronounced?" And yeah, I got them all wrong. Anyway, we're close enough to Wisconsin that we have cheap gas, but it's actually still Michigan for like 5 more minutes.
And
Mnemone. I could say it a second ago. Mnemone. We're right there in the corner.
Right there.
I guess I should have known that if I saw a bridge, we'd be in Wisconsin. But anyway, we went over a bridge, and now we're in Wisconsin. We got like 50 miles till we're on the interstate, and then we're gonna bomb south on that until we get to Jason's Hotel Jason. Oh look, we found more car friends. This is pretty cool. We stopped by Wisconsin to visit Jason, a Stage Zero garage. And we're going to head up the road and visit one of my other friends that's in the area. We're going to have some brunch. It was supposed to be breakfast, but you know, we're right on time as usual. And then we're going to hopefully drive another 600 miles today, or 650. We've got a lot of miles to go home. So hopefully we get at least as far as North Dakota. Hopefully a good ways into it. But we'll see how the rest of the day goes. It's already almost noon. What's my line? Oh yeah. If only there was someone here to help me with my milkshake.
Did someone say milkshake?
Maybe. Well, we've been driving around rural roads in Wisconsin, and we're finally getting back on an interstate, and hopefully we can make some more miles. We were looking for an Impala on a pole, but I didn't actually know where it was, so we just chose a random highway and drove it, and weirdly, we didn't find it. It's crazy. So now we're getting on I-94 and heading toward Eau Claire, and we'll probably be on I-94 for the foreseeable days of our life, unless we get a wild hair up our butt and decide to go up Highway 12 for part of it, which would be nice, but I don't know if we have time. It's already like 5 o'clock.
It's around 7. We're supposed to be on the highway.
Oh yeah, we are actually taking a detour off the highway to go see the historical things that Mom wants to see. But that's a little different than riding on Highway 12 for days. Oh look! Highway 12! We're 74 miles from Eau Claire, which I don't think we're going to, and we're 158 from Minneapolis-St. Paul. I think we're going to try and go around that too, and probably going to South Dakota today instead of North Dakota. All the Dakotas in Montana look pretty cold today, but it looks a little warmer the next few days. But I'm hoping if we do South Dakota, it'll be a smidgen warmer. I haven't been doing all that much filming today. We got going a little late, as per the usual. It's already almost 5:30, and we haven't made it very far, huh? But we are a little more than halfway home. We've put 1,958 miles on the clock since leaving Cadillac Mountain, and according to Google, the route we're probably going to take, we've got 1,898 on the way back. So we have passed the halfway point, and we have like 2.5 days, 3 days. We got to be back in time for Monday morning. Hotdog's got a dentist appointment that we got to make it to. I've got that day off work, but I go back to work on Tuesday. So if we'd started out nice and early today, then realistically we could have pretty easily done this drive back in about 3 days. But we left so late, it's going to be kind of tricky. But if we have to drive through the night Sunday, like we did on the last eclipse trip, we'll be all right. Ish. Anyway, we're stopped for a potty. Oh, I just realized my mileage is the same forward and backward. 3883. So we're at a rest area on I-94. We're going to rest and maybe stretch legs. And Hotdog wants a park. We are stopping at a place off the road in a little while, but I don't know what the park situation is there. I guess we'll find out. Well, we found County Road P, and it's going to take us to County Road N, and eventually we'll be to where we're going. I don't know. Maybe we'll see some cool stuff out here. I don't know that neither. Square body. Okay, there's a lot of junk. But maybe we'll see some cool just never know.
Oh my.
Hello there. What are you doing out? Interesting.
Maybe like you doing in a place like this.
Okay, bye. Pretty much once you're trying to get to something in rural Wisconsin, you end up just zigzagging down a bunch of random county highways. So we were on P, now we're on N/D, and we're going to, is it NN? No, it's SS. Yeah, we're on N. NN goes that way. And we're going to SS in like a mile and a half. It's very, if you don't know where you're going or have Google directions, it can be confusing. Oh, there's this. Some of these roads are fairly twisty, and it looks like a lot of fun. Nice of these road signs to tell me that there is in fact a hill right in front of me. I love that. 20-mile-an-hour corners. We'll see about that. This is barely even a corner.
The car.
Good. It's not quite as gusty as it was earlier, but it is still breezy. Kind of cold. All right.
Barely breezy.
Good. We are at the Little House Wayside. Laura Ingalls Wilder was born here on February 7th, 1867. Late in 1868 or possibly the spring of 69, the Ingalls family left Wisconsin and traveled by covered wagon to Kansas. Anyway, if you don't know who Laura Ingalls Wilder is, she wrote the Little House on the Prairie books. Oh, yeah, it says right here. Writing about herself and her life here, Laura Ingalls thus began Little House in the Big Woods, the first of her famous Little House books. Yes? And so this Little House in the Woods is a memorial to her. When we were in Missouri, we also stopped by another Laura Ingalls stop. There is the last house that she lived in. Yes, Ben. It has been many years since I beat eggs with a fork or cleaned a kerosene lamp.
Or a bean.
In this case, the two E's don't make an E sound, they make an eh. Ben. It's kind of like Ben, but with too many E's. So earlier in the trip, we saw Laura Ingalls' last house, and now we're seeing a tribute to her first one. You are freezing cold. Go put on a sweater. You could be wearing your Bucky hoodie right now.
I'm an emoji.
We need to go another 400 miles today. We're doing terrific. This has been our day, just driving around rural Wisconsin, making random mouth noises that never end.
This is the bathroom.
No, this isn't the bathroom. This is the... Let me in! Yeah, I figured it out. Fireplace. Let's start a fire. I'm cold. Pantry. That's where they keep the food. Yes, buddy.
Oh, take your flash up.
Yeah, I am. This is the bedroom where all five slept in here.
All five slept in here. No, they might have for a while, but But the little girls eventually slept up in the loft.
It's probably warmer in here when it was freezing cold in the Wisconsin winters.
Later. And yeah, it would definitely be warmer with everybody in there. Of course, fortunately, the fire's right there.
Laura's little houses. So, where did we go through earlier on the trip? Was it Mansfield?
Mansfield, Missouri.
We've been to DeSmet before,
Yeah.
which is the little house on the prairie,
Well, it's
isn't it?
It's the little town on the.
The little
prairie.
town on the prairie.
Little
I
house
see.
on
I
the
don't
prairie,
know
living
anything.
in
Little
Kansas,
house on the prairie. Oh, yeah, that makes
where they
sense.
got chased out because it was
3
Indian
independents.
land.
So they started in
And then-
Pepin, and then they went to Missouri, and then they went to Kansas, and then they came back to Pepin, and then they went to Minnesota, and then kind of zigzagged into Iowa, and then went to South Dakota, and then ended up in Mansfield where we were before.
Yep.
That better just be wind. That's kind of spooky sounding from in here. Well, no wonder they didn't want to live here in the winter when they can't even...
Yeah, I tell you right now, Charles Ingalls would never have left those gray caps there. If they were there when he was done putting it up, he would have chinked it like you're supposed to.
Wow, what a fine automobile.
Then,
What?
I'm out of here.
Okay, go put on a sweater before you freeze straight to death.
I'm not freezing to death right now.
Okay, but when you go out there, you will be. All right. Well, we're saying goodbye to the birthplace of Laura Ingalls Wilder. We're saying goodbye to the house. We're saying goodbye to the sign. I think I got a good picture of the sign for Mom. It is so cold. It's like 35 degrees, and there's a wind chill, so it actually feels colder. And someone refuses to put on a hoodie. I'm getting in the car and I'm leaving, and I hope you're leaving too. What? I don't even know what that is. It's so cold.
What is this?
That is maple syrup, $10 a pint. Pure maple syrup from the big woods, tapped, collected, and cooked a half-mile northeast of here in our 6th-generation family farm, produced using organic practices. Here, hold this. I have 5. Oh, I have a 10. All right. We're taking a pint of pure maple syrup. I don't know how much maple syrup normally costs. It's a lot. We're gonna take this one right in the middle. I don't know what we're gonna do with this, but we've got some pure maple syrup from Wisconsin. Oh, it's cold. All right, now he says it's time to go. We got maple syrup. We saw the little house in the woods. We are going to go find some fuel and then go to, what's the next state? Minnesota. They have bottles of pure maple syrup for $10, and I bought one.
Cool.
Well, it's dark now. Our fuel economy in Wisconsin has not been great, but we've been on little roads and keep having to do passes, and no one can drive a consistent speed, and it's horrible. So, we're gonna go get dinner at Culver's, one of the best burger places around as far as fast food is concerned. And if the fuel economy sucks again this tank after hopefully doing a nice consistent cruising speed, I'm going to lean out the carburetor again, and hopefully that brings us back into at least 16, but it's been like 15 and a half, 2 tanks in a row. We've only been like 260 miles, and I want to be like double that. So, that's great. Dude, why did you not take the... Okay. Whee! Some people have detour next 24 miles. Nice. Well, at least Google knows what we're doing. I think the detour is what's leading us to food anyway. Those are bright. You know, I went in to get my fries that they forgot, and there were like 3 flakes falling when I went in. I was in there for a minute and a half, and now... Okay. We are getting out of this state before it can snow on us anymore. There's still a few scattered flakes falling out of the sky, but we were at the last town in Wisconsin pretty much, and now we are entering Minnesota. And now there's more flakes.
I got news for you. They make this snow in Minnesota too.
Oh. Well, that's just great. Minnesota welcomes you. Well, thanks, Minnesota. Now stop snowing.
We like you too.
Yeah, this means we're like only 4 states from home. That's pretty wild. All right, we'll see how far we get tonight. Tunnel! And I need to get in that lane like right now. Well, would you just look at that? If you can read it, we're going by another Plymouth, or at least Plymouth Road, which I have passed before 11 years ago in a different Plymouth. And we've got a piece of that Plymouth with us for good luck, and I guess the good luck has blessed us with a new transmission. Population 467. Right on. Welcome to South Dakota. What's that?
Oh, cool.
Well, we got some fuel here in Aberdeen, and we're gonna continue on. Wow, look, we're even crossing Washington Street. That's crazy. Anyway, we're gonna carry on and drive through more of South Dakota. Look at a Caprice. Maybe there is a car show. There's a bunch of old cars out.
Okay, let's go to it.
I'm meat, and I got a honk back. Should have been in the Impala. Our camaraderie would have made more sense. Well, we're crossing back over the Missouri River. Not that you can see it. There we go. I did, but I couldn't. And we've just entered Mountain Time Zone. Right on. That means we just got an hour of our life back that we gave up like 2 weeks ago. We're in South Dakota. We're almost to North Dakota. We're getting into Montana tonight, whether we live or die by the time we're there. Anyway, we got some little mini pizzas for dinner. We had kind of lower fuel economy for a couple tanks. The choke was stuck partially closed, so I opened it, and then the fuel economy still sucked, so I put the thick needles back in that I had in earlier in the trip. And this tank, it was back up to like 16.4 or something, 16.2. Anyway, it's a little better, so hopefully there's not much of South Dakota left. We're only going through a quarter of North Dakota on Highway 12. Hopefully we can get to Montana on this tank, which we should be able to. The road is covered in pheasants! Almost hit like 3 of them. Well, we have entered North Dakota.
And there's more pheasants.
There's still pheasants everywhere. One of them had a death wish and was flying right in front of the car. A little camp rest ground area out there by that lake.
They don't know what they're doing.
I know.
Oh, they're so pretty. I've been hoping to see pronghorns. You might remember that I was excited about seeing one lone pronghorn standing by the side of the road in Wyoming or Montana or wherever for a few years.
Who thought a white car was a good idea? Sun's reflecting right off the hood at my face. It's terrible. Really nice day to drive across South Dakota though. Oh wait, this is North Dakota. Really nice day to drive across a Dakota or two though. Soon we'll be in old Montana. But not soon enough. Last little bit of blinding sun, I hope.
That baker is in Montana.
Yeah. It's like right across the border, isn't it? Welcome to Montana. You couldn't see the sign because the sun was too bright, but you're just gonna have to trust me, we're here. White markers represent highway fatalities. Well, we're about to be one of them. Howdy, stranger.
I could drink more of it than just well, now those are
In the way.
those are deer, I guess.
I think those were deer.
Yeah, those are I think those are real deer. They have the black tips on their tails. Oh, pretty tired of those too. Wow. Been a reasonably good day for wildlife spotting, at least.
Yeah, reasonably good day to hit some wildlife.
But we didn't hit any.
Not yet.
But
Don't curse it now.
continue driving carefully.
Well, we got gas in Miles City. We're trying to make it at least to Billings, which is another 2 hours up the road. It's already 9:30. I washed the windshield, but there's some streaks left behind. And it's a nice clear moonlit night. In 16 miles a gallon, cruising around 75 or more.
You can mention about the headlights going out.
I haven't mentioned the headlights, no. It happened once in another video and I quote unquote fixed it, so let's just hope the headlights continue to remain fixed.
They told me they fixed it.
They told me they fixed it! Anyway, getting a lot of mileage out of that one.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're gonna drive to Billings and try not to die. We have awoken today in Billings, Montana, where we landed last night. I've got one last quart of oil in the trunk, and it should be the last quart that we got to put in the car. It's a little more than a quart low, which means it'll be like a quart and a half low when we get back, but that's tomorrow me's problem. We got 13 hours to drive, 944 miles, something like that, but it'll go quick at 80, 85, 90. Mom wanted to do Highway 12, but it adds 3 extra hours, so we're not doing that. Even though I really like that highway and I would like to do it. Thank you. With 5,000 miles on it. I don't need 707 horsepower, but I like that color. Alright, we got gas. We've already done 170 miles. Please don't pull out in front of me. I'm turning, brother. Our next gas stop is going to be Missoula.
Missouri.
No, Missoula. Missoula. It's a town.
Missoula, Montana.
Montana. Bump bump. Oh. Woohoo! Making pretty good progress. We started here this morning in Billings, and we're already all the way over there. Oh, look, it's... Okay. You goober. Oh, we hit a tiny tumbleweed at some point.
I did not like it, so I just...
What do you see?
Water. Well, follow me.
There's benches. But they're like in the bushes. This guy over here's super excited about the car and wanted to take a picture. I get it. That's not ideal. Oh, that's a pathetic looking rest area anyway. Pretty much just doing it all the time now. I should lube that. This rain is looking awfully thick.
Yeah, I noticed that when it started.
Bumps. Whee! Alright, we're about to see the big blue sign. Oh, welcome to Idaho! Oh my god! Alright, that's a corner. Oh, 55. No wonder. I think I was going more than 55 entering that corner. Oh, yee-haw, boys! We're one state away from Washington. In fact, we're like 80 miles or less from Washington. That's what we like. This isn't exactly right for what I'm doing, but I'm extracting the gauge end of my speedometer cable. And, oh, maybe that's not good. I don't know, I'm gonna lube it and hopefully that'll stop it from dancing all over. Alright, well, hopefully that does something. It's starting to rain or flake or something. I'd like to get out of here. Come on. Thank you. Back in the corner you go. Well, seems to have helped. It's not dancing around nearly as much. Hopefully that lasts until we get home. Making our way through Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Washington is 15 miles away. This car's not quite like a go-kart, but it drives pretty good. Okay. Hotdog fell asleep like a mile before we're going into Washington. We got some fuel. Supposedly we got 17.7 miles a gallon last tank, which is crazy. So I'm going to go the way that Prime truck's going and go home. We have 388 miles to home. We're going to stop for gas halfway. And yeah, it's about 6 more hours of driving. But we're getting there. If we don't stop too many more times, then we'll be back around 11 o'clock.
Sure.
Welcome to Washington! Alright, now it's 387 miles home. Let's get out of here. Stopping for a bathroom here, but there isn't one. Nice. There's a nice view though. Hey, there's the rest of our view. Last fuel stop of the trip here in Ellensburg, and the bathroom at the gas station is closed for cleaning. You know, half the reason for stopping. So I'm gonna go find whatever food I'm smelling out there in the world and use their bathroom. Okay, we got gas. Finally found a bathroom. We got some dinner. And did I already say it's 3 hours home? I'm gonna drive for 3 hours and go home. But this has been quite the trip.
You got the window clean.
Oh, I did get the window quite clean. You can actually see out the windshield now. Woohoo!
What time is it? 8?
Yeah, well, it's like 8:30 now. It was 8 when we got here. Okay, I just dropped off Dead Dodge Mom. It's only, I'm putting that in quotation marks. I'm trying to put on my seatbelt too.
I get to stay up because I took a 7 or 6 hour nap.
Henry literally napped the whole way through Washington. Like, we stopped for gas just before Washington, and he had fallen asleep just before that stop. Then we got gas again halfway through Washington, and we also got food, and he didn't wake up for any of that. It's crazy. But he's well rested, and now it's 11:45. And for how far we went today, you know, I think we got back at a pretty decent time.
Even though it's clearly midnight.
Starting mileage on this trip was 97,745. Ending mileage dropping off Mom, 5,738. You know, because we rolled over. The total number up to this point is 8,600. Nice square body, neighbor. 8,688 miles. And by the time I'm home, pretty much 8,690. 8,690 miles in a few, actually more than that because the odometer is a little slow. Yeah. I'm gonna round up to 8,700 miles. 8,700 miles in a Plymouth Fury that I had never driven further than Seattle before, which is like 2 hours away from Aberdeen for those that don't live in Washington. I'm going home, getting Hotdog inside, and I'm going to sleep. 8,700 miles. Oh, it's crazy. My shoulders hurt. I drove 8,700 miles in a Plymouth, and I come back to find a maroon Challenger in my parking spot. At least Henry and his mom have been reunited. I'm bringing my blankets inside and going to bed. Good night. Well, oh, wait, he stopped. There he goes. Don't do that! How low on oil should it have been? Because it took 2.5 quarts. Oopsies. At least the Challenger found its own parking spot. Why are there clippings all over the Impala?
What is that hunk of junk?
I don't know. Should we trade the Fury for it straight across?
We might have to trade that for that.
With the Impala? What? I have not driven this car in like a month and a half.
Yeah.
That's perfect. It's been a few months. I guess we can drive the Fury again. Well, I guess that's not fixed after all. Speedometer cable started acting up again recently. I'm going like 25 right now. Well, there you have it. We made it back in one piece. The car made it back in one piece, relatively speaking. I suppose we did leave a transmission-sized piece in Jordan's garage. And of course, we had a couple other problems along the way, but when don't you? When doing an 8,700 mile round trip in a car that's 60 years old. Honestly, for all the time and planning and effort that went into this trip, I think it went pretty well. We drove thousands of miles to get home on time for Henry's dentist appointment. That ended up getting rescheduled, and I ended up going into work that day. I've taken a little break from driving this car since I got back. I've been driving the old Impala quite a bit. You know, you just can't beat a modern fuel-injected V8. I don't mind carburetors, but I do mind this one. So hopefully, next time you see this car, we're either going to be tuning on the carburetor or replacing it with one that's not garbage. After the carburetor, I've got a couple other things I'd like to try to improve the fuel economy. This car has gotten 20 miles a gallon before, and I knew it wasn't going to get quite that good on the trip, but I was hoping for better than, averaging 16.5 or whatever it was. The car's also starting to develop a minor pull to the right. I think it needs an idler arm. That'll be coming up too. Very recently, you saw the Fury in a video with a Coronet wagon driving down to Oregon and back. That was a good trip, but it did have a minor issue with the headlights dying. They're doing okay at the moment, but they've been kind of coming and going. Another reason I haven't really been driving this. So expect that to get fixed in a future video as well. I'm thinking it'll be headlight relay time. Keep an eye out for my next crazy adventure. I think the next step, now that I've driven to all lower 48 states and Washington, D.C., is probably going to be to drive to Alaska. You'll just have to see what car I have in mind for that trip. But that's probably a couple of years down the road. So for now, thanks for watching. And remember, just because you can, doesn't mean you should. I don't actually believe that. If you can take a crazy cross-country trip like we did, I think you should. We had a blast. Even breaking down along the way and having to replace the transmission in Jordan's driveway. Those are memories we're going to have for the rest of our lives, and we'll be able to tell stories about this trip for years to come. See how long the headlights last. Goodbye, friend.